Hey everybody, today I'm showing you another cool camera from the guys at Reolink. Now I've covered the Loomis, the Argus Pro, the doorbell battery, so I've covered a lot of cameras from these guys, and this is the time of the year that they announce new products for the Consumer Electronics Show in 2025, and this is the Duo 3 Wi-Fi. So it's a 16 megapixel camera. It has motion tracking, so just like other cameras, it alerts you if there's any motion detected around your property. It also has 16 megapixel Ultra HD resolution. It has Wi-Fi 6 connectivity and WPA3 for security. These guys were kind enough to send me this to review. Let's see what's inside. I've not opened this before. Very similar to the other ones that I've covered. These I'm assuming are the antennas. This is your adapter. These are your cables. So this is a wired solution. This is your camera, and this is the mount. And you have your template here, so you just have to attach. You have to attach this to your wall. You can actually adjust the angle here. This is where you're supposed to actually attach it. This is where you attach your antennas. This is everything that you get: your antennas, your camera, your mount, your adapter. The camera has two connectors, so this is one of them is for power, one of them is for your Ethernet cable to set it up on your computer. This is standard with all Reolink cameras pretty much. You get this to show others that you're actually using them. It's the template for installation. Very simple process. You get all the screws that you need. You get a guide that's a pretty quick setup guide. Shows you how to mount the camera and also set up your computer. So you download the app. If you've used it in the past, shouldn't be any problem. You get your Ethernet cable. So everything you need to actually connect is included, and this is the power cable that connects to that adapter. You have to connect this to your router, the Ethernet port, and then finish the installation through the app, and then you're ready to actually use it. As far as the size, are these adjustable? They are. They're also marked, so you'll know that this is the right side, and this is your R side. This is now done, so that's one side, and then you do it for the other side as well. There we go. So it's now ready to go. And these cables actually have these protective covers, so when you're not using them, you can protect them from the elements. Now I'm gonna actually connect this to an Ethernet port, then go through the installation process on my tablet, and let's see what happens. Now I've connected this to my device, so it's turned on. I just have to set it up. This is a protective film that just covers the lens and these lights, so that has to be removed. And then you have your micro SD card slot here. Now the thing about this is that it actually has screws, so it's not really that easy to remove. You then go and download the Reolink app. Now I already have cameras connected. This is my Argus 4 Pro. This is my doorbell battery. Once I'm ready, I can add another device like this. Once you connect this to your router, you can select the username and password, then name the device, connect it to your router, and now you get the view. Now I put this on the desk, so it's not actually doing anything. It captures a lot of area. Now this has motion detection, color. I can change all these different features. For example, day or night, is it automatic? I'm gonna go with color. Let's see how it does with the color. So it did change. I like this better, but then you can just go automatic, and with automatic, it just changes from black and white to color. You can have your watermark, you have your stream settings, you can change brightness if you want, make it too bright or just a little bit. You can change the threshold for auto switch to color mode. So you have the option to customize this if you want. You have image stitching, so you can change how this works. There we go. So you see a small change. You can also change horizontally or vertically. You can always restore the default value. So you're going to need one of those Allen keys to tighten this. This has two mounting holes. You can also loosen this if you want to make changes to this and change the angle. I'm going to tighten this right now. Now I can capture, fix the antennas like that. There we go. So now I just have to mount this somewhere. You have all these screws available just in case you need to mount this to a wall. The neat thing about the app is that I can see all my cameras. This is my doorbell battery that I'm charging. This is my Argus 4 Pro. This is my Loomis, and this is the camera. See if I remove the direction, it will change. These are my 4 cameras in this format. When I double tap on all of them, you can compare the quality between the 3, sort of. I still like my Loomis a lot, but this has a much wider view. There we go. So it actually covers pretty much all of my backyard on this side, and the rest of it is a little bit blocked, so you can't see the other side. If these weren't there, this area that we've created for our cats, it would be able to actually see the entire backyard. I can change it from fluent to balanced to clear. I like the clear better, but the thing about it is that you're going to need the fast connection. You can use one of the access points that I covered lately on the channel to get better speed and make sure your camera runs fast. You have your voice feature, you have your video recording feature. For that, you need the Mega Micro SD card in there. As far as the other settings, I can go here, set up push notification. Push notifications are for motion detection. Here you can choose what you want to get. See, it actually gives me an alert because it detected some motion. You can set the tone for it, push intervals. You can have a custom siren sound and go with the default one. Let's test it. It's pretty loud. You can link your devices. You can set up your FTP settings. You have the option to actually set a limit to number of login attempts that are not valid. Now I have it on color. If I go on auto, which is possible, I can also go to black and white. And this is the black and white view. You can change your refresh rate. Privacy mask is where you set up an area like this and save it. And that way it actually doesn't cover it. So that's your privacy feature. There are a lot of auto features for this. I personally don't mess around with these, but if you want, you can just change brightness like that, for example. And if I turn that on, it goes back to the default position that it was. Based on my experience, the Reolink cameras that I've got do pretty well at night and during the day. You really don't need to adjust it. My experience has been great, but there are these features that you can use to customize how your image looks. You have the option to record audio, and you have this option to go in immersive mode. In this mode, I can just slide up and down and see all my cameras. So this is my backyard. This is in front of it, in front of my house. This is again in front of my house with a very wide view, so it actually covers areas. If someone is hiding here, I'll see. Is there a difference between settings? Let's go to the Loomis one. All of them use the same interface. This is my Argus 4. Now this has a motion sensor, detection alarm, camera recording. So these alarm settings are available here for the Argus 4. For the Wi-Fi Duo 3, you have your options here. So there are differences in these. You can set an alarm delay, for example, for person vehicle detection. You have a smart detection for people, cars, and animals. Again, you can change these just like the other cameras that I've covered on the channel. The object size thing is interesting because you can actually choose a minimum size. If something is smaller than this is going on, it will not trigger the camera. This is the max car size. Drag and drop, move it around. You also have a non-motion detection zone that I can use my hand to define the area, and that way if something happens in this area, the camera just ignores it. You can choose how long the activity should happen for a person, car, or animal before the alarm is triggered. Let's say for my Loomis, let's see. My Loomis doesn't have that, as you can see. For the Argus 4 Pro, it has object size sensitivity, but it doesn't have the delay. I've set the light to turn on 11 a.m. and turn off at 6 a.m. The reason I did that is because I want to actually show you how it looks. It's pretty bright. Comes handy at night when you want to see what's happening in front of your home. You can adjust it based on timer or a smart night mode, which detects action. It's now turned off because I enabled that option. If I tap on this, I'll be able to talk through this. Hello? Hello? This is your quality. I like clear, but the other ones are good too. Just different. It's a little bit worse. You can see if we go to fluent, the balance is a little bit better. And with clear, it's the best option. Depends on your internet connectivity. I can watch all my cameras from this view. Image stitching simply changes the way the image is actually put together because you have two lenses. You see it actually changes this. I do explain each of these. You do have the option to keep it constant, for example. Just gonna go with auto. You can't go wrong with auto because most of the time they work just fine. For camera recording, you're gonna need a micro SD card that you have to put in there, and then you can change all these features. For example, you can put it on a schedule. You can do continuous recording for a certain period of time. For example, you're gonna be away for a couple hours and you have to actually watch your home. You can do that. Post-motion recording lets you record for a certain number of seconds after an event, and then you can override this way. You don't ever run out of space. You have the option to share your camera with others and let them choose what they can do. Unlike the other models that I've covered, this one actually has the micro SD slot lock. Nobody's gonna be able to go and just grab it without the right tool, so it slows them down. For memory card, I'm using this. Insert it from this side and you push, and now it's set. I probably have to format it because I didn't. I just took it out of the box. First, I'm just gonna close this and secure. Camera keeps giving me motion alerts because I've set it at a high level. I can also take a picture. I can record like that. I can share it via the other apps. You put a new card in there and it's not formatted, that's what happens. I can go through and see the events that have been recorded based on this classification. I do have the option to record audio. Let's see if this guy is captured. As far as the playback, see, this guy was actually captured because I have it so that it has high sensitivity. It's going to capture small movements. I can change the tones for the notifications, detection types for animals, and I can put them on a schedule. My motion detection is high, but it could be even higher. You also can change these settings for people, cars, animals. With this feature, moving objects will be marked. You have non-detection zone, so if I do this area, it won't be captured. Have these options for infrared lights and spotlight. Now, one neat thing about the siren is, let's say I turn it on and someone comes and grabs the camera. Let's see what happens. So this is the camera, see? And the light also comes on. You get notifications here for the motion. Now, this is extreme motion, obviously. In most cases, you're gonna have someone walking around your home and you get these alerts. Go away. Recorded my own sound. Now let's see. Go away. Go away. As you can see, there are two holes, so you can mount it this way or from the ceiling. So there are two options available. So I've now installed this Reolink Duo 3 Wi-Fi camera. That's the Loomis, that's the Argus 4 Pro. The view that you get marks these different cars and humans and shows you activity. It detects a car, that icon shows up. When there's human activity, it shows it with that icon. So everything that moves gets tracked. It's pretty decent in that regard. I'm gonna turn on notifications, see if it can detect me from this area. So it's now recording. There we go. If I tap on this, it's gonna bring up the camera. I'm just gonna drop it to, let's say, 25. So it still detects it. I want this area to be detected. I'm just gonna save it. Now when I move, it doesn't actually trigger it. If I remove this, see, it immediately picks it up. This is the night view. I can change this and go to color. This is the color view of outside at night with the lights off. Looks pretty clear to me. It's tracking the motion and recording, human activity detected. From this side. Now it's tracking my position and movement and alerting. I had the light off. I'm going to turn it back on. And this is going to happen when motion is detected. So let's see. So motion is detected. Now it sees me and turns on the light. I've had it at a very low level. I can go, this is the minimum. This is the maximum. Go auto. Go auto automatically switches to black and white for that nighttime use. So you get to see the action no matter how dark it is. And these are all my cameras. Some of them have color mode on, some of them have black and white. This is black and white. This is color. This is Argus 4 Pro. And this is just the Duo 3. So the activity is detected. Personally like the quality of the Wi-Fi Duo 3 better than the Argus 4 Pro. This is the resolution for the Argus 4 Pro. So even though it's wide, whereas if you go with the Duo 3 Wi-Fi, and if you go to the display, you see that the resolution is higher. I do have the option to actually make it lower. They do have the passive infrared sensing, whereas the Duo 3 Wi-Fi, just regular motion detection. When I go to my playback, I can see all these events. So these are car movement from today. I do have to adjust that sensitivity. And you had pet activity. This is the cat, and that's why it's detected. You can see it's moving and it's detected in the camera. It's marked that way. When I tap on it, it actually shows that it's detecting me. I recorded a custom siren for this.
Go away.
Now this is the default sound. That's about it. So this was the Reolink Duo 3 Wi-Fi, and these are the other cameras that I have. All of them have their advantages. For example, this one is great for watching in front of your door, whereas this has a wide screen so you can actually see what's going on. The Loomis is the cheapest one. It doesn't have all the fancy features, but it still has decent video quality. The Duo 3 Wi-Fi is wired, so you're going to need an adapter for it. It has fast internet speed, it has a higher resolution than some of the other ones, and it has adjustable sensitivity for cars, animals, and people. For more information, please go to Gadgetify.com, also youtube.com/Gadgetify. I'm also going to include a link in the description to where you can buy this. Thanks for watching.